counsel are present. Mr. Sajimi is on the stand. Mr. Lewin, go ahead.
So, Your Honor, we're going to mark our next exhibit, Equals 28. It's a DVD that has 3 audio recordings on it.
Are these the phone call?
Yes.
All right, the DVD is 28.
Okay, and then the first call that we're going to play is the May 12, 2022 call with the court redactions. And so the transcript of that will be 29.
Your Honor, can the jury be instructed that they are not to try and speculate what was redacted, what wasn't redacted? They're only supposed
Yeah, I had told you earlier that there are things in the transcripts that have been taken out. The things that have been taken out have no bearing on any decision you have to make. So that's why they've been taken out. What is being provided to you is what will assist you in your decision.
Well, he counts now. I'll ask a couple of questions first. Mr. Genie, have you actually heard the full recordings of what you turned over?
Yes,
When's the last time you heard them?
this morning.
This morning. So you heard them in their entirety, is that correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that what the defense played was a tiny snippet overall, those recordings?
Yes, the recording was 30 minutes, played what, 3 minutes, so yes.
And I just want to be clear. Even on the part of it, whatever part was edited that the jury isn't going to hear, at no point in time did Relli ever say to you, or imply, or infer that the shooting did not happen. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Would you agree that in every interaction you've had with him, however many there are, since the incident occurred, that he has always been very clear in his position that the defendant shot at him and that he was hit?
Yes.
All right, we're going to play these. To make it easy, you would agree that when the defense played you the calls, they started with them out of order. The first snippet they played was from August, and actually your first call was in May. Is that correct?
May, June, July, August is the correct order of dates, correct? Okay.
Well, when you say May, June, July, August, I thought we only have 2 dates.
I'm giving you the sequence of dates, right?
Well, okay,
Of
no, I'm
months, right? So,
You know, so let me just inquire. I'm a little confused what you just said. So my understanding is there are only 2 calls, one in May
correct.
and one in August. Is that right?
Yes.
But you just said May, June, July, and
Let me
August.
correct myself. I'm giving you, you asked me, was May before August? I said yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
right? So May,
understood.
June, July, August is the
Got it.
sequence of dates.
So,
yeah.
understood.
Got
So I'm just making clear, we're now going to play this. What we're going to play, you would agree, this is chronologically, meaning this is the first of the recorded calls. Is that right?
Yeah.
And before we start, it's your position that Relli called you and you called him back all ready to record. Is that right?
Yes.
Prior, when he had called you, at that point in time, you didn't know what he was going to say, correct?
No, it was just a lot of calls.
Right, but so what I'm saying is at the time he calls you in May, you don't know about the shooting.
No.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the first time you find about the shooting is during the May 2022 call, and because you don't know what he's going to be talking to you about, you have no idea why there is going to be any value in recording him. Is that right?
No, but there was a numerous amount of missed calls, kept calling me, so.
Here's what I don't understand. Why, if you don't know anything about the incident, anything about the allegations, why are you taping a call with your friend?
Just to protect myself, just to have just oversight.
Why would you need to protect yourself from a friend when you know nothing about any incident that he was involved in?
Seemed weird.
So you're saying you got repeated calls from somebody, your friend, Relli. You didn't know what it was about, and so your response to getting repeated calls from him was to go, you know what, I'm gonna call him back, and I think I'm gonna tape him and not tell him, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're saying that was done because you felt you needed to protect yourself, is that right?
Correct.
What were you protecting yourself from?
Just whatever was said. I mean,
So, do you typically, when you get missed calls, do you call people back and you record them?
they're being weird, yes.
What is weird about a missed call?
10 missed calls in 2 minutes, weird.
So, when you say if someone's being weird, you didn't talk to them, correct?
No, but there might have been text too, but I don't remember.
Mr. Lewin? It's time to move on.
All right, let's play. I want you to listen to this. I'm going to ask you questions about it when it's done.
And Your Honor, when we get to the last page, it didn't print out, so I will pull it up on my computer.
So there's a page 16?
There is.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have.
No one has it. That's why I said I'll pull it up on my computer.
Right.
Should be on the screen.
All right, I'm gonna start the recording. And the file name is IMG_0786 redacted.
This is the May 12, 2022 call.
Yes.
Shit, Rose, my bad. I'm in my girl's show bed, so yeah. What you doing? Shit. The crib. What happened, Rose? You know I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm mad at both y'all niggas for letting that shit happen for me.
Stop.
You know.
Did you hear what was just said?
Yes.
You just said, quote, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. I thought you don't know anything that's happening.
Like I said, there might have been text prior.
No, what you testified to, sir, was that the first time you ever heard anything about that incident was when Terell called you. And I'm reading this, and it says, quote, you know, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. So I want you to explain to me, if you didn't know about it before this call, what in the heck is that comment about?
Objection, Judge. Argumentative.
Sustain the spirit.
Please explain what you meant by, you know, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit if you did not have any prior knowledge of the incident.
Just trying to mediate the situation, that's what I meant.
How can you mediate a situation that you know nothing about and you've never heard of?
Like I told you, I might have received the text from him, so yeah.
Do you recall me asking you, prior to the break, 3 different times, and again after the break, whether you had heard anything about the incident until you talked to Terell on May 12, 2022, and you responded each time, no, this was the first time I heard of it. Do you recall responding that way? Sorry, Ron. It's loud because this court knows I can't hear, so my apologies.
Yes, but I thought you were specifically talking to the phone call, so yeah.
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
You can repeat your question, I'll answer it.
So, what I'm asking you is, I asked you 4 different times before the break, 1 time after the break. I confirmed the first time you had ever heard anything about this shooting incident that happened in November was during the May call, this call, with Relli. And yet, the first thing you say is, you know, I'm not trying to pick sides and shit. And then you say, in testimony today, I was trying to mediate. So my question is, how can you be talking about not picking sides and about mediating when you never heard of what happened?
I think I answered this where I think I received text as well. So, yeah. And what I mean by picking sides is trying to mediate the situation.
So when you say you received texts, so are you now changing your testimony and saying, yes, I knew about this incident beforehand?
Objection, argument.
Repeat the question?
Are you now saying, yes, I was aware of the incident from November of 2021 prior to this phone call?
I'm not sure. 3 years ago.
Well, I want you to take a look at the transcript. I want you to look at page 2, and I want you to read again to yourself, and I want you to read starting at line 8 to line 11, and tell me if now you understand whether or not.
Yeah, I think I get your question, and my answer again is, I believe, I'm not sure if I think I received text messages about the situation, so, yeah.
So you're saying you decided you recorded these calls. Did you save those text messages?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? Do you have those text messages today?
Probably not, and your definition of I'm not sure is,
Mr. Lewin, are you going to play the rest of the?
I don't know.
I am, but I'm taking them one at a time, and then I'll start playing again.
All right, let's.
I think it's easier to hit each point as it comes up.
You hit this one a lot.
Well, Your Honor, I'm trying to get, he just now said that there are text messages he believes. What do you believe was said in the text messages?
I don't remember.
Well, so obviously, if you knew about it, that would have meant that Relli would have had to have told you what happened in these texts, correct?
Possibly.
Well, when you say possibly, will you at least concede that you knew about the incident, given what you said, prior to you recording the conversation?
Can't confirm that, but not sure.
And let me ask you again, since your memory's a little hazy, is it, as you sit here, maybe you think you might have talked to the defendant about it sometime between November and May?
No.
So what would be your rush, sir, right after you talked to Relli, to call the defendant if that was the first time you ever heard anything about the alleged shooting, the lawsuit? What made you immediately pick up the phone and call Rocky?
I think I answered this. Trying to mediate the situation, so sent it over to him.
All right, couldn't machine play.
Picking sides, that nigga 100% crazy and wrong. 100% wrong. And he got 12-year ills mixed up. Bro, you gotta understand, Rocky been on his high horse for a very long time, you feel me?
Would you agree, sir, that during this little section, that Relli is basically telling you, he is saying that the defendant was 100% wrong, and then he got 12 in ills mixed up in it?
Your Honor, I'm going to object.
Stand.
Do you agree that in that section, sir, as you listen to it, as you read it right now, that Relli is telling you that Rocky is basically done it wrong?
Your Honor, I'm objecting again.
Can we get a grounds?
The words speak for themselves.
Exactly.
Go on, keep going. Push the play button.
Your Honor, I'm going to...
Oh, push the play button. Let's continue.
Your Honor, I'll do that, but again, I keep asking. He doesn't give grounds. We're lawyers. Lawyers give grounds. That's how law works in California.
I know how it works in California.
Well, Your Honor, I'm
Stop telling me how it works in California, how it doesn't work. No speaking objections. State a ground, state objection, and the legal grounds. Push the play button.
As a duty he did, I don't have, he forced my hand, you feel me? I got over 20 missed calls between him. It was, why is Rocky going out his way to do anything like that? You get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're going to hear the story or whatever it is, but you got to look at it like this. Why is he going out his way to call me 20 times? It was a 12-year with him. Text messages saying, link up, where you at? And all of this is because of, I pressed him about Josh, him not doing right by Josh, and he spoke to Josh's mom and lied. You get what I'm saying? So I
to Relli relating this information to you, that there had been a pre-existing issue between Relli and Rocky regarding Josh.
No, I don't know based on Josh.
Did you know what he was referring to?
Not really, I don't know Josh. I didn't know Josh.
But you agree that ASAP Relli told you that he, in essence, pressed Rocky about Josh and about him not doing right by Josh and accusing Rocky of lying. That's what he told you, correct?
Yeah, he's telling his side of the story.
All right, please continue.
He hit to Bari later about that, but I'm with Bari. Bari got the phone on speaker. You get what I'm saying? This shit didn't fit well with me. So Rocky talks about me within that conversation because he sees I text him about Josh. You feel me? And told him I'm taking ASAP out my name. This is 7 months ago. I took ASAP out my name. You feel me? Yeah. He's a bitch. So he goes in and says, hey, Bari, because Bari influenced him a whole week later doing that complex con shit. You feel what I'm saying? Just so happened I'm with Bari while Rocky hits her. Rocky says my name. You get what I'm saying? Real Money, 12-year ills is at his house. I hit Real Money the next morning. Terell.
You would agree that is ASAP Relli telling you that basically he is present for a conversation where ASAP Rocky is talking to Bari and is saying negative things about Relli, correct? That's what that means, correct?
Objection, Your Honor.
Well, it's not clear, and I'm asking the witness because the witness understands how they speak to each
You've
other.
already indicated that you want a legal ground.
Let me give you.
Mr. Takapitas said objection. He's about to state
Oh,
the
I'm
legal
sorry,
ground.
Thanks. It's irrelevant what he believes Relli meant. That's the
Sustained.
same objection I want.
Sustained.
No, I'm not asking what
The
he
words speak for themselves. In final argument, you can put your interpretation on what was said. Mr. Takapita can do the same thing.
Your Honor, am I allowed to inquire the witness since they're speaking in a manner that is not necessarily easy for anybody to understand? I have to inquire again, what does that mean? I'm not asking,
But you're not asking what that means.
what does it mean? What does what you just heard, where Terell tells you that just basically, and I heard you, but in Rocky head, he looked like a bitch because Barry had him on speaker. Rocky didn't know who else heard that conversation, but I heard him talk about it. And I told Rocky over the years, and if you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep. You feel me?
I can't tell you what he means. You need to ask Terell.
I think it might be helpful if Mr. Juni had.
have.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
All right.
So you're telling me, listening to that, you didn't understand that to mean that there had been a phone call where Rocky had been talking bad about Relli, not knowing Relli could hear it, and that Barry had been involved. That's not what you understood that to mean?
He's telling his side of the story, so sure.
No, I didn't ask you whether it was true or not. I asked you, is that what Relli told you?
Yes, I'm on the other side of the phone call.
Okay. All right, keep playing.
Money. I heard Rocky bitch ass tell him I don't fuck with him. Whoop-de-woo. You feel me? No fighting words, none of that. Just basically, nigga, I heard you. But in Rocky's head, he looked like a bitch because Barry had him on speaker. Rocky don't know who else heard that conversation, but he know I heard him talk about me, and I told Rocky over the years, nigga, if you have a problem with me, let me know. Stop rocking me to sleep. You feel me? Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, I guess that was enough for him. He felt like a bitch because he knew I heard that conversation. I was supposed to hear that conversation because Rocky I never heard him say curse words or even have that type of energy towards me. You know what I'm saying? So now I know the real him. I tell Real Money, tell that nigga fuck him. You feel me? Boom, boom, boom. Shit is related to him. Next thing you know, I get over 20, 30 missed calls between him, Ills, and Rocky. Text messages. I'm staying at the lodge. I tell him, he calls me, I finally answer because I'm sleeping.
Did you take from that, as you heard it, that Relli was now telling you that there was a dispute between he and Rocky that also now was bringing in Ills as well, and that it had resulted in 20 or 30 missed calls between the defendant and Relli.
Judge, I'm objecting again for the same reason I object the court's irrelevant. What this witness portrayed. The words of the transcript.
Your Honor, it actually goes
Stop, both of you, no speaking objections, don't debate. Do you know what this means?
I can't decipher what somebody, I'm hearing this side of the story, I can't decipher what they actually mean.
Okay, all right, go on.
So then, be clear, I'm not asking you whether you believe it or whether it's credible. I'm simply asking you, when you were told this, Relli was telling you that this dispute between he and Rocky had resulted in 20 to 30 missed calls between him, which is Relli, Ills, and Rocky. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Yes. And he's also telling you he's staying at the Lowe's, and he tells you that he finally answers because he's sleeping. Is that right?
He's telling me that.
Now, you said you've been watching this trial, correct?
Correct.
When did you find out you were going to be a witness in this case?
Just recently.
Well, a couple of days ago, correct?
Correct.
And you continue to watch the trial, is that correct?
Correct.
Didn't the defense tell you, hey, listen, you're going to be a witness in this case? You should not be watching the trial?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustain. Sustain.
For what grounds, Your Honor?
It's irrelevant. Just ask another question.
When you were watching the trial, you were hearing and listening what witnesses were saying about this case, is that correct?
Yes.
So as you sit here, you know everything that's taken place up to this time in this trial, is that right?
No, I didn't watch every minute of every hour of the case.
Well, you certainly know overall what has been transpiring in this case, correct?
Not overall.
Do you know
If I miss some days, how was that overall?
Do you know what the defense is in this case?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustain.
Are you aware that the defense is claiming that it was a prop gun that was used by APRocky?
Objection, irrelevant.
What's the grounds?
It's not relevant what Mr. Sajimi is aware of as it relates to the defense.
Have you ever seen Rocky with prop gun?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
You ever seen a prop gun?
No.
And would you agree, I'm just going to ask you, but would you agree that in the world that you're involved in the entertainment world, in the rap world, if somebody is a concern about violence or a home invasion robbery, are you aware in your experience of anybody ever carrying a prop gun to deter that kind of conduct?
Objection, speculation.
Sustain.
I'm asking if he's aware. No speculation, Ron. Okay.
It's asking him to speculate. So,
I'm not in the entertainment world.
No, you don't have to. Plus, he said he's not in the rap world. So, ask another question.
We can continue to play.
I answered it. He's like, where you at? With a slick voice. I'm like, huh? Where you at? Nigga, I'm at the W. I'm not really at the Lowe's. You feel me? And we know how you Boulevard. They all look the same. You're like, no, you're not, nigga. That's a bum-ass hotel. I'm like, huh? He said, show me outside. Okay. All of it look the same. I'll show them outside. When he goes, I'll be in 5 minutes. I'm like, alright. My girl like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. He calls me. Else calls me. I got all these text messages. But these niggas is done. You and a couple only people who heard this story. Rocky out here thinking it's all sweet, but his life is really, and bro,
that's what I wanted to ask you, bro. Like, why really though? You feel me? Why take it to the guys? You feel me?
who, me?
Yeah, they don't how the boys you.
I wouldn't not, bro. He's a multi-millionaire. He blamed at me. I'm no longer on his level. Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Rocky had everybody turn on me.
What did you mean when you said, why take it to, the guys? What did that mean?
The police, I wanted to have them find a resolution outside of legal or police.
Well, would you agree that if Rocky shot him and hit him, isn't that a police matter?
No. Sure, yes.
Well, so why then are you saying, you know what, why are you taking it to the guys?
I think I just answered that.
So have you already decided what side you're on?
No, but I think when you're trying to mitigate a situation, the best solution is not all of this.
You're using it, you just said mitigate. Before you said mediate.
Mediate, I'm sorry.
Well, let's back up. You were trying to mitigate this situation for your buddy.
I spoke wrong. I was trying to mediate.
Let me ask my question. Who used the word mitigate?
I did, and I was wrong.
Motion to strike everything after I did as non-responsive.
Sustain.
You would agree that in using that term, that could certainly, if you could convince Relli to not cooperate with the police or authorities, that could mitigate the situation for your friend APRocky, correct?
I was trying to mediate the situation.
How exactly were you trying to mediate the situation to help Relli?
Really just hear him out.
Hear him out on a tape call that you could then call your buddy APRocky about, is that right?
Mediating the situation to me was hearing him, his frustration.
Hearing his frustration, your friend, so you could report it to the true person that you had interest in protecting, correct?
I think it was right to show the other person or show both sides when you're talking both sides. So, yeah.
How many of your calls with Rocky you did?
None. We didn't talk on the phone. Never talked on the phone.
Go ahead and continue, play.
Problem? Technical problem?
Yes. I'm just gonna reopen it, I'll get right back to that.
I'll ask some other questions in the meantime, so we don't waste any time.
Everybody turned on me. Everybody, bro. Everybody turned on me that day. Plus, what the fuck am I doing? Spin on his block and go shoot him up? I'm gonna do my cripple head because he's a multi-million, bro. I'm not having nobody shoot at me when I'm taking it on the chin. And two, I'm not about to spin on Rocky's block. I'm already a millionaire, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So.
At this point, Relli was telling you that Rocky had shot at him, correct? What you just heard.
I don't know what he meant exactly with why wouldn't I, bro? He's a multi-millionaire. Land at me. No longer on his level.
Where he says, or do I cripple him because he's a multimillionaire, bro? I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You didn't understand that to me? He was saying that Rocky shot at him?
That's what he meant. I can't decipher what he meant, right?
You cannot decipher what he meant by, I'm not having nobody shoot at me. You can't decipher that.
Just sustain. The words speak for themselves. Again, you can comment on them in final argument, or Mr. Zlomek, whoever does the final argument, as can Mr. Tarantino. The words are there. Both of you can put whatever inference you want. Go on. Go on to the next question. Go ahead.
You think you're a black nigga? How many niggas ever think how to get money, how to do this? Do you watch do that? Do you have a foundation for black people? Do you have a foundation for anybody? No, this nigga's greedy. You get what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and be like, oh, how you meet somebody like that, bro? You take away what they have, dogs. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not doing it on some like this, that, and the third, on
he had to use bills as a shield or I'd be dead?
You said that.
Keep playing.
You really trying to, like, you feel me? You not trying to end slash and shit, get some paper or something, or what, you know, like.
Bro, it's too late. He told me to suck a dick. Boom, boom, boom. I hit up John the same day. Bro, that's all on him. He had nothing but time. Bro, I went ahead and got the best lawyer in LA and went about my business. You feel me? He told John to stop contacting me. I sent him the pictures of the bullets, sent him the text messages of him, letting him know how serious this is. You know what he said? Nigga, fuck you.
I feel, bro.
So what am I supposed to do? I accept it.
So, Relli is telling you that the defendant shot at him and then basically told him, F you, I'm not giving you anything. And your response is, he says, you feel me, and you say, yeah. What was the point of your response?
I'm consulting through a mediation, so
So, you're consulting for mediation. Can you explain what you mean by that, please?
I'm meeting the situation, so I'm hearing him out.
Isn't it true that what you're doing is you are trying to make Relli think that you are on his side, while at the same time you are taping him and then immediately contacting the man he is saying shot at him, who is actually your closer friend. Isn't that correct?
No, I'm mediating the situation, so
Keep playing. So, you also say, this is on, you got it in front of you, you say, you've got to try to squash this shit, get some paper or something, or what? You know, like, you see that? That's on page 8, lines 7 through 9.
yes,
You're telling him, when you mean get some paper, you're telling him you got to get some money from the defendant, correct?
I'm really just giving him options to mediate the situation, so there's resolution.
Right, and the option you're giving him is you're basically telling him he can go get money from the defendant. That's what that means, correct?
No,
What does it mean when you're saying to go get paper? What does that mean?
I'm giving him options, right? Not just one option, what you're saying.
So listen to me. I didn't ask you how many options you're giving him. Listen to my question.
You said, what does this mean?
What does it...
Line- Let me finish, right?
Sure.
So what does this mean from line 6 to 9?
No, let me be
That's
real
what you
clear.
asked, right?
No, this is what I asked you.
All right.
Are you ready? What does it mean when you said get some paper or something? What does that mean?
It can be money.
What's that?
I said it can be money.
Wait, it can mean money or it did mean money?
It can.
What did it mean when you said it?
I said it can mean money.
Listen to my question. Are you the one that said that?
Yeah.
When you said it, did it mean money?
Yeah.
You were telling him you can get some money from Rocky. That's where you're saying you're trying to mediate, correct?
No.
No?
I'm giving options to mediate the situation.
Sir, one of those options is, you're telling him an option would be get some paper or something, correct?
Correct.
Now let me ask you, up until this time in the conversation, has Relli mentioned that he is going to try to be getting a bunch of money from the defendant?
I'm not sure.
Well, would you agree that it looks like you're the person suggesting that he go get some money with this get some paper, correct?
Giving it an option within the mediation.
And that's coming from you, correct?
Correct.
And you're aware that's exactly what he did, correct?
I believe so.
Well, you believe so. You're aware. You said you taped him. He went and got a lawyer, and he ended up suing the defendant for money. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, come on.
Okay. Keep playing.
Niggas shooting at me 4 or 5 times where I almost died, or shoot this man. Now, coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's what he got to read. You feel me?
I feel ain't no way niggas could squat, like, you feel me? No paper, no nothing, Rose, like, you feel me? Like,
bro, he's 33 years old. He got other men talking for him. He know what he did. You get what I'm saying? He had more than enough time. This shit happened 7 months later. He wasn't trying to reach out to me. He still didn't reach out to me.
I feel with the legal shit and putting out, bro, you know, so.
That's on him. I didn't want to go about that way.
When he said on the top of page 9, he says, now coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. He was referring to the incident with Rocky, right? That's how you took it, is that right?
Objection to what he interpreted, brother, saying this again, relevant.
Is that correct?
Can you repeat the question?
So he is saying the severity of this case, and he says, now coming with suing, of course, the severity of the case, he tried to kill me. So that's where he's going to. That's why he got to read, you feel me, and you say, yeah, I feel, ain't no way ends good like you feel me. No paper, no nothing, Rosie. You're saying at that point, he's telling you he tried to kill me, and you're telling him, hey, get some money, correct? As an option.
Trying to mediate the situation, yes.
That's not the question I asked you. Are you telling him to get some money as an option?
Not directly.
So what does it mean? What is indirect about you mentioning get some paper?
I think it's the way we talk. You really wouldn't understand, but there's a way we talk that puts out options, right? So, yeah.
So you're saying you indicated that paper is money, and you admitted that you're telling him to go get some paper, and now you're telling me apparently I can't understand the way you talk. It means something different.
You're just highlighting the word paper.
No, you said the word get some paper.
You're highlighting the word paper, but if you look around it, there's certain ways we talk that I'm giving off different options to mediate the situation.
So you're basically saying that in order for anybody to understand this conversation, we got to ask you to interpret, correct?
No, not necessarily, no.
Well, if you're saying that we can't understand the plain words you're giving, and you're further saying that you understand it and we don't, then it would seem that the only way we could understand would be to ask you to explain it, correct?
No, if I said the dog was red, you can understand the dog is red. With certain terminology, in the way we talk, you wouldn't understand it.
I just want to be clear.
You've accomplished what you meant to accomplish. Push the play button.
I got a lawyer. When you get a lawyer, that has nothing to do with boys. And Jabari is his friend. He might as well thank him for him not being late in the field. Because but those are allegations. You feel me? He got enough, and you're part of the PR team. He would have had enough people to block that if Jabari didn't say nothing, bro. Those are allegations. Jabari made it official.
Yeah, so what's the next one?
Jabari's getting sued too. Jabari's getting sued for defamation of character.
Cause everybody look bad, bro. You know, I'm just trying to.
He looked bad. He did that, bro. I didn't call you. I didn't have a gun. He left this in Hollywood house. Why everybody saying everybody look bad? Why don't everybody point the finger? Because when I take, bro, I got Hollywood. I got so many people.
Niggas look together, bro. Niggas look together.
That nigga's hanging. He's in a mansion.
I feel
Nigga, I pay my way around him every single time.
Did Relli ever tell you during any conversation that he had any gun or any weapon during this incident?
Not sure, no.
Not sure or no, which is it?
Really himself?
Did Relli ever tell you during any conversation that during this incident in November 2021 with the defendant that he, Relli, had a gun or any kind of weapon?
No, he never mentioned that.
In fact, he said, made very clear he didn't have a gun, correct?
Correct.
Did you ever ask the defendant if he had a gun?
No.
Keep playing.
That's him. He uses niggas. He used Tory and Hills, nigga. That was the whole joke about the whole shit with Rory and the whole thing. kind of nigga probably laughed at him like, nigga, you're not using me. Nigga, the next conversation went about how he got 12 and it was on a jet or some whole shit.
I feel you. Shit, wicked. Shit, wicked. You fucking y'all niggas grew up together, man. Like, you feel me? Like,
I made that nigga. Fuck growing up. I made that nigga. Not no 12, not no, yams. He didn't know yams. Yams popped up at my crib on purple swag. I made that nigga. That's why you feel like that, bro. I've been powerful. I've been that. Jabari never did, bro. I put every last goal on my hand.
I just know that niggas are kind of end this shit, you know, by
You know, and he could have.
So when you're saying you just want this shit ended, you want bygones to be bygones, you wanted to mitigate this situation, whether the defendant shot him or not, correct?
I'm saying to mediate the situation.
Did you hear what you were just quoted as saying?
Yes, I can read.
Okay, so my question is, when you're saying, I just want all you ends to kind of end this shit, and you know, bygones be bygones, you are saying you do not care what actually happened, you just want the situation to be over, correct?
No, it's not.
So what did you mean by that?
I think I answered this. When you're mediating, you want to come to a resolution, and yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this question again because you're not answering it. These are your
Sustain.
sir.
Don't editorialize.
Sir, these are your words. So I'm going to read these words, and I'm going to ask you specifically what the words meant. You said, I just want you all ends to kind of end this shit, and you know, bygones be bygones. What did you mean when you said that?
I think I just told you to mediate it and find a resolution between each other.
Okay, move on. Move on.
He's not answering the question. He's not
You just did. Move on.
Go ahead.
Ended it when he shot at me. Who ends anything when a nigga shoot at you 4 or 5 times when you gotta grab another member to protect yourself? He called me out my living space. Called me, told me to stop ducking him. He claimed that it's called premeditated, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't give me a chance. He didn't tell me I'm gonna come to a gun battle. I came to link him to see what the fuck the status was about. He pulls out. He tries to chest bump me. He tries to chest bump me and then pull out a gun for self-defense. He's a pussy boy. Your man Ills is standing in between while he's trying to shoot me. He didn't give me no seconds for the shit acting like that. And I got it all on camera. You don't want that, like, trust me. He should do it. He did it all on camera, Cam. So the world looking at me because of bars using off right now, but in a few seconds, if I wanted to do an HBO or do anything, his whole career is fucked. Everybody's looking at me like the man.
so that's what you, what's your, I guess it was the end game, bro. Like, you feel
The end game, I'm suing this shit out of here. That was my game, and regardless, I ain't gonna give a fuck about no police, nigga. I'm going against a multi-millionaire that's trying to kill me.
So, it's really good.
You were played a small clip of this by the defense that only had the I'm suing the shit out of him. That was my game regardless. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Would you agree that that clip alone, just by itself, doesn't put the rest of the conversation in context?
Objection to that.
Still no ground, Your Honor. Objection to that.
The objection is, that's an improper question, but that was an impeachment question, what I asked there.
That's not a legal objection. Your Honor, I keep asking you.
If you want, when the defense is asking questions, if you just want to say objection without a legal ground, I can probably infer what the legal ground is. I want to move the case along.
Your Honor, I'm just asking. The court has said they've ordered both sides. We're lawyers.
Right.
I can't respond when he doesn't give a legal ground. When the court makes me an offer that I don't have to state a legal ground, that's not the rule of court. I state a legal ground because I'm a lawyer. He simply says objection.
So what do you suggest?
He give a legal ground, as you told him.
And if he doesn't?
Then the objection's overruled, according to the evidence code and the rules of court. The court knows that. I'm not telling the court anything the court's not aware of. That's all I'm asking, Judge. Just stay around. And instead we get along.
I heard you.
Okay.
Proceed.
All right.
Besides suing somebody like that, you feel me? Now he got to face the consequences of that because he wanted to be a gangster and run out his crib like that. That has nothing to do with me. You feel me? I did my part. You look at it on my end. What else am I supposed to do?
I feel, I mean, like, squash that shit in the streets, type shit, if I had money.
Ain't no street nigga. Bro, what the fuck?
I feel,
You know what?
What did you mean when you said, I feel, I mean, like, squash that shit in the streets type shit? What does that mean?
I think that's another cultural thing that you kind of wouldn't understand that we use, where it's really mediating the situation among ourselves.
Your Honor, can you instruct the witness to answer the question? That's not an answer.
Yeah, and refrain from suggesting to Mr. Lewin or anybody else what they would or would not understand. Just answer the question directly. Ask the question.
It's hard to answer someone.
Do your best.
Okay.
Sir, I'm asking you, listen to my question, what you meant, what you said. I'm not asking you to respond that you're mediating. That's not answering the question. I'm not actually asking you to tell me that I wouldn't understand it. You said the words. What did you mean?
Meant to find a resolution.
What specifically does it mean? Squash that shit in the street type shit. What does that mean?
Keep mentioning what it means, and I'm telling you, within our culture, it needs to find a resolution. You wouldn't understand.
He's answered the question and move on.
And the resolution that you've already advised him of is get some paper, get some money, and keep the
I
cops
think I
out.
answered this. I listed different options as well.
What other option did you list, sir, besides get the money? What other options did you list in?
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation. So you're mediating, and your solution is, after the victim has been shot at, your solution is he should either get some money or have a conversation with the defendant. Is that correct? That's your solution?
There's more solutions, but yes.
Well, I'm asking, what solution specifically during this call, other than get some money, did you offer Terell to solve the situation? Maybe one.
I think just to talk. Mediate the situation, yeah, just to talk.
You're aware that Relli has told you that they went to talk and the defendant pulled a gun on him and then shot at him a couple of minutes later the last time they talked. You're aware of that, correct?
But over time, people's sensitivity and their feelings kind of change, so you can come to a common ground and talk.
So your advice to Relli was, sit down with the defendant, whether he shot you or not, because times change, we need to keep the police out of it, and we need to settle this amongst ourselves. That's pretty much your advice?
Trying to mediate the situation so we can talk.
Okay.
So there's a better resolution than the circus.
Wait, a circus, or you mean a lawsuit where the defendant might suffer adverse consequences? Or a criminal case where he might suffer adverse consequences?
I just mean a resolution.
What do you mean when you just said a circus?
Just really high publicity, public things.
Well, and in fact, you had this conversation in May. That was just a short time after it was publicly revealed. You're aware now, you've been watching the trial, you said, a lot of the trial. You're aware that originally when this case happened in November, that Relli was not identified. But in April of 2022, it went all over the media saying that Relli was the guy involved, calling him a snitch, calling him a rat. You're aware of that now, correct?
Time to move on. Were you aware of that?
I was aware when he told me that.
All right.
When did he tell you that?
He told me about the situation on the phone call.